A classic elegant woman in 2024 is a rare find because society has been tainted with mantras such as be free, live your life how you want, do you. It's a good thing now that women have many more freedoms than we did 70 years ago. However, should we throw all social etiquette away and behave the way we want, irrespective of how others may feel? Well, it's the observation of social cues that separates classy women from crass women. So in a nutshell, ladies, please do not get caught out doing any of these things in public. My wonderful elegance ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian, for those of you who don't know, and I'm the founder of Woman of Elegance, which is a platform I've created to help women globally become the most elegant, classy, and refined women that they can be. If you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to this channel and sharing this video with friends you think may benefit from it. So without further ado, let's discuss 10 things elegant women never do in public. Point number 1. Elegant women don't play or tack their chewing gum. Okay, ladies, just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with chewing gum. I personally only chew gum on rare occasions because I get anxious quite often, and in order to alleviate this anxiety, I could find myself inadvertently decimating the gum, which isn't elegant in any way. I prefer mints. It's also useful to keep in mind that when you're at a nice dinner, for example, you don't want to get caught unawares as to where to place your gum when the food arrives. Spitting your gum into a tissue is an absolute no-no at the dinner table, and spitting your gum out onto the street at any time is an absolute abomination. I would advise you to get into the habit of using mints or a mint flavored sweet instead of gum. It is more elegant. Remember, this elegance journey is about fine-tuning your character, so start with the small things first. Also, if you do chew gum, stay away from the commercial candy-like gum that is loaded with sugar and colouring. There isn't anything elegant about speaking with professionals at a networking event with a blue tongue. The second thing that an elegant woman is never seen to do in public is talking to herself. If you talk to yourself, you give the impression that not all is well, and it also looks bizarre. Have that conversation with yourself in your mind, but avoid talking to yourself in public if you can. The third thing that elegant women never do in public is pick their teeth or floss at the dinner table. Okay, you are dining at an elegant dinner table in a beautiful restaurant and you happen to get food stuck in between your teeth. What do? Continue as if there's nothing there? Well, if you have a tight set of teeth like I do, then this can be incredibly uncomfortable. Well, you'll be pleased to know that you are not just expected to sit there as if that unsightly piece of meat isn't lodged in between your teeth, but you apply discretion. If the piece of food is sat in between your gum and your lip, you could simply bring the napkin to your mouth and discreetly use your tongue to drag the piece of food to the middle of your mouth and proceed to swallow. However, if it's something that is lodged in between your teeth, then go to the restroom and deal with it there. Under no circumstances should you pick at or floss your teeth at the dining table, ladies. I don't want you to do this. You'll automatically be seen as crass and ill-mannered and most probably won't be invited to dinner again, lest you embarrass your host. Point number 4 on my list. Elegant women do not eat on public transport. If you are on an 8-hour train ride, this doesn't apply. If you're traveling on the Orient Express, this doesn't apply either, simply because food is likely to be provided at designated times and you will all be eating simultaneously. If you're traveling on a flight, again, this doesn't apply. This applies when you are on transit journeys or commutes such as the bus or the train, the metro or the tube. The reason why it's uncouth to eat on these modes of transport is that it can get quite packed quite quickly on these modes of transport. And there is nothing more rank than the smell of a greasy cheeseburger on your commute to work, where people are breathing on your food from all directions. Elegant women are considerate of others and would avoid doing things to stumble others. And besides, would you really want to share a dining space with these furry creatures? I think not. If you are that hungry, get a snack before you're bored or afterwards. Point number 5. Elegant women do not engage in fights on social media. Imagine having verbal altercations with literal strangers. Ladies, please. It's okay to have opinions. It's okay to leave comments on posts on social media. But to have a fully fledged verbal war with somebody you don't know is crass. It's uncouth, it's disgraceful, and it's unnecessary. Please rise above this type of behavior and elevate yourself to mental cleanliness and leave this kind of behavior behind. I remember a previous mentor once told me about 15 years ago when I was terribly argumentative and angry. Never engage in an argument with a fool because onlookers won't be able to tell the difference. How true is that? Point number 6. Elegant women do not throw garbage on the ground and leave their surroundings filthy. This act may seem insignificant to you. However, discarding rubbish on the streets shows a flagrant disregard for the environment and those around you. If you live in a country where there are facilities to enable you to discard rubbish safely, then please use these. If you have litter on you, place it in a bag and carry it home with you or in a nearby bin. Do not spit your gum onto the floor or hurl your empty sandwich pack out of the car window. It's disgusting behavior, and you could actually find yourself on the wrong side of the law if you do this. You could even find yourself with a prison sentence if you do this in countries such as Singapore. The next point on my list is berating your kids in public. Okay, before you berate me for giving advice that I'm possibly not qualified to give, let me say this. I am by no means against discipline at all. In fact, I think that children today lack discipline in a major way, and it's ruining society as a whole. Growing up, I was disciplined in the most draconian way, and my Ghanaian viewers, who are probably in the same age bracket as I'm certain you'll be able to relate to this. Discipline is necessary. However, I have come across some mothers who, out of warranted frustration, swear at their kids and hurl verbal abuse at them. If you do this, don't you think this will start to become a normal part of your child's vocabulary too? Avoid using foul language as a way to berate your children. Also, if you discipline your kids excessively in public, especially in front of their peers, you could cause unnecessary embarrassment to the child. If you can, remain poised and calm and discipline them away from prying eyes. Point number 8. Grooming yourself in public. Whether this is by way of pulling out a wedgie or changing your heels into flats, please do this discreetly. Perhaps if you're going to walk home from the restaurant, change your shoes in the ladies' room. The same goes for adjusting your clothing. Also, refrain from brushing your hair and applying makeup and nail polish in public. There are designated areas for this type of grooming, so please use them. There is nothing more annoying than women who think it's okay to brush their hair in close proximity to the lamb chops at the restaurant dining table. Point number 9, talking loudly on the phone. Goodness, if this is not annoying, then I really don't know what is. This is ill-mannered behavior at its worst. There are times when it's necessary to answer a phone call in public, absolutely. But having a full-blown conversation on the bus when people are simply trying to make a journey from A to B in peace is very inconsiderate. Phone etiquette in public is very important. As a rule of thumb, please keep conversations to a minimum and don't shout or talk loudly on the phone. Also, be wary of your surroundings. Refrain from divulging personal data over the phone because you just don't know who's listening. And the last point, excessive public displays of affection. Ladies, there is nothing wrong with being so crazy about your man that you just want to... Let me just leave it there, okay? However, please remember that there is a time and a place for everything. I think it's great if you have intense passion for your better half. I couldn't imagine being with a man who I wasn't sexually attracted to. But please do yourself a favor and leave these lecherous moments away from the public gaze. If you do engage in intense displays of affection in public, you could possibly be arrested if you're in Saudi Arabia or similar countries, or you could incur the wrath of your fellow onlookers and simply cause unnecessary embarrassment. These are things that you want to avoid, Elegance is about being remembered and not noticed for the wrong reasons. That's all I have for now on this topic, ladies, but please do tune in next week for more lessons on how to become a woman of elegance. Thank you very much for watching.